All right. What's going on? Welcome to the Alex Olinger podcast. I don't know what date it is, and I'm not going to try to look it up for you guys. So you just close your eyes and imagine that it's whatever date you want it to be. You know what I mean? Imagine that it's the middle of the summer and you're on the beach with a lady or a man, whatever it is, a they, them, whatever it is you're into. And imagine they're giving you a nice massage there. It's the summer, you're on the beach, they're giving you a nice massage. Imagine that instead of the reality of what it is, which is overcast and gray and rainy somewhat in Austin, Texas, for whatever date this is. But that's the Christmas spirit, isn't it? That's what you need to do it. Yep. All right. Here we are. I ate a bunch of chips today. So you're gonna get whatever comes out of me after I eat a bunch of chili lime flavored kettle chips from Central Market. And I'm talking about the good crunchy kinds. The good kind of chips. And not the bullshit Pringles. Oh, did I say it? Yeah, I did. I'm saying Pringles are bullshit. You know what? Pringles have wheat in them. And they also come in a tube, which last time I was on mushrooms, which I ate too many by accident, was frightening and shocking to say the least. I don't do Doritos. I don't do Pringles. I do kettle chips, man. And honestly, if I could farm a potato and cut it with my hands and boil it up that way, I would. I don't need you and your creepy CEO, your dolphin punching assistant secretary, your turtle drop kicking, you know what I mean, jellyfish filleting CEO and board of trustees to shove fake Cool Ranch flavored chips that are always triangles down my throat. I can see through that. I can see through it. I can see the fact that what you did is you took the bag and you made it purple like Hot Wheels colors. You made it be the color scheme of one of those old clip art from Microsoft Word thing or some like Mountain Dew or Call of Duty kind of logos, and you slapped it on there so it would attract my attention. It would shut my frontal lobe down as I looked at it, and all I could think about in the lizard part of my brain is how fucking hungry I am and how bad I want chips. That's what you did, and then when I eat them, I forget what it's made out of. And I forget the fact that what it's made out of is I have no idea what it's made out of. That's what it's made out of. Things I can't pronounce. I don't want that, man. Cook a potato, throw some salt on it, call it a day. I don't need your fancy flavors and all this weird shit you made up in my body. All right? I don't want it anymore. I'm done. Get your fucking Pringles and your Doritos and your maybe not Lay's as much. Lay's has a weak Lay's potato chips have a weak crunch, and I don't trust that. It's like shaking a man's hand. You ever shake somebody's hand and they just have like a limp wrist, and you just look at them in the eye, and you know that if you were involved in politics with them, they'd be stabbing you in the back with their limp wrist handshake. The type of handshake that could crash the housing market. You know what I'm talking about. Or the type of handshake that lets Dick Cheney tell you what to do and they blow up the Middle East and he makes a lot of money off of oil. That type of handshake, man. That's what Lay's potato chips are like. Just a limp dick handshake of a potato chip. I don't want that. I want a kettle chip. I want it to cut the inside of my mouth after I eat a bag. You know what I mean? That's what kind of man I am. I want thick potato chips. And no bullshit flavors, man. How about one flavor is salty, the other one tangy, and then another one spicy. And then we can call it a day with the potato chip thing. Maybe just 3 different colors on the bags. All this marketing bullshit. You spend like an hour in the grocery store looking through all these different products, and what do you get every time? Essentially the same thing. And where does your money go? Every time, essentially the same place, into some dolphin punching CEOs' pockets. That's where it goes. Yep. That's yeah, I guess that's what it is. All the dolphin punchers, man. I don't know what happened, but at a certain point, dolphin punchers took over the world. They're out there on their French yachts or American yachts. I don't know what country yachts come from. I'd assume you would want either an American or a Japanese yacht. The Japanese yacht, that's kind of the budget yacht. It's the Honda Civic of yachts. It's the yacht you have. You know what I mean? Other people with yachts, they look at it, they say, that's an '08 yacht? And you're like, yeah, but it's still going. You know what I mean? No AC in the yacht, but it's still rocking it. And even though you look broke in comparison to the other people that own yachts, because it's an '08 and still going, you know there's like a little bit of respect there for you and your yacht. It shows a little amount of loyalty. I'm riding this thing into the ground. This is my yacht. I'm taking it out until it sinks. You know, I don't know anything about yacht or yacht culture. I know a lot about potato chips, so I can talk about that. I can't really talk as much about yachts, and I don't really even feel like I would want to be a guy that does that. You know what I mean? I don't think it's not really a good icebreaker. You're not a good hang cracking beers at the bar. Start talking about your yacht. You're liable to be the guy that's going to get punched in the face. And even, I feel like even for most women, you know what I mean? I think the stereotype amongst women is that they love to be on a yacht. But I think if you're like at a normal bar with normal people, everybody's drinking like what, PBRs to Michelob Ultras to Bud Lights or whatever, and you're a girl chilling there, everybody's like on that frequency, and you start bragging about your yacht, I don't think she's going to want to deal with that either. I think that's going to make you look like an asshole. Why can't you just have a conversation with me instead of talking about your yacht? What kind of insecurities do you have that you need to like bring up your yacht all of a sudden when we're playing cutthroat on a tiny ass pool table that's tilted and cost $1 to play? If you're a yacht guy, go to the yacht place. Bring it around yacht women. Why would you have to bring that up? Being a normal guy, I think that'd probably be a bad look. Make you look shallow. Can't just get to know me, have a conversation. Why are you trying to bring me on your yacht, sir? Maybe you're trying to bring me on there so you can take me out and put something in my drink. The next thing I know, I wake up in a cage on the bottom of some boat being shipped on its way to Monte Carlo or out to the Caspian Sea or some shit, and I'm never coming back. Get you and your yacht energy out of this bar, this creepy yacht energy. I'm a lady. In this scenario, podcast listeners, what I'm talking about, I'm a lady. I'm a normal lady. I'm a lady at a bar. Now I want to have sex with a man with a truck who has morals but breaks them sometimes on the weekend because he's a fun guy. You know what I mean? A man who goes to the strip club but won't use the Lord's name in vain. That's what kind of guy we're talking about here. Not some clean-faced, soft-handed, yacht-having, dolphin-punching prick. Nobody wants that, do they? Nobody wants that guy. All right. Well, that was a long-winded scenario that just started off from chips. Just talking about chips. See, that's where your mind can go. This really, to be honest, this is what my mind does all day. That's why I'm so tired by like 3 to 4 p.m. I wake up and it just starts going, and I don't have enough time or the energy to put this down. And I'm not even saying that as like a braggadocious kind of in your face, look at how smart I am statement. It actually inhibits my daily life a lot. It's just rolling, pacing thoughts, starting with chips and ending with punching a guy that owns a yacht in the face, or maybe beating him with a pool stick. That's like a classic Italian move, like a mobster Italian move that I haven't seen in a long time. In fact, I've never seen it in person. To like really whack somebody and break a pool stick on their back. That would be, if you saw that in a bar, that would be fucking nuts. You wouldn't cheer. You might run, depending on what went down. But depending on what like beer you're on, you'd be like, holy shit, that was kind of awesome. And depending on who's getting the pool stick broken over them, you might feel good about that. I think maybe, I don't know if a pool stick was involved in this bar fight, but I do know that I was at a bar once, and everybody was hammering around 1 a.m. I think me or my buddy put on Freebird, and then this group of frat guys, when Freebird came on, dropped their pool sticks, went to the parking lot, and just beat the piss out of each other. And then they just walked off having a great time, all while Freebird was playing in the background. It was like it set them off, like they were not even like they weren't waiting on it. It was almost like the Manchurian Candidate, where like Freebird was the code, that they had to hear, and then they just turned into fighting mud wrestling machines. You know what I mean? I saw that happen once. Other things I've seen happen in a bar. I was drinking with one of my buddies, and this guy we knew was hammered. It wouldn't stop touching my buddy's nipples. He thought it was really funny. And he kept telling him, he was like, Anderson, stop touching my fucking nipples. And Anderson kept doing it, and they just looked at each other, and this guy goes, you know what? We're going outside right now. I'm going to fight you. And the dude touching his nipples, Anderson agreed, and they went into the parking lot, beat the shit out of each other, and then just came back in with like half bloody faces and just kept drinking. It was kind of one of the most wild things I've ever seen. All while I was just sitting there. Like, they didn't give a shit. They just went into the front of the bar on the little grass part, so one of them wouldn't hit their head on the concrete, and they just like knocked each other around for a second and then came back inside. And in all fairness, he stopped touching his nipples. I felt like it was a pretty simple way to handle the solution. Because it wasn't like the guy getting his nipples touched attacked him. It was like he actually, he like told him what was going to go down. And then after he kept doing it, he like calmly was like, okay, now we're going to go outside and we're going to fight. And the guy agreed to it. So I guess that was fair game. All right, what did I want to do for this podcast, man? I think I was like taking notes. Actually, I wanted to call this one Ohio Revisited, and I'm going to name this episode 10.5 because I was talking about Ohio last time and how weird it is up there, and I kind of forgot like a few things I wanted to go over, just like minute details of the experience. And one of them was the fact that, okay, here's the thing. I don't regret doing Kill Tony. Okay, it was a cool experience. It's not my vibe, so I stopped going. Tony in Red Band seemed like they were interested, or they seemed like they acknowledged that I had a good set. They did not seem interested in bringing me on as like a regular, really. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I left too early, and this is me being a defeatist cunt like I've done so many times. We won't know because I haven't been back. Either way, it was not my vibe. It's fine, man. The thing that killed me, though, was like when you do Kill Tony, there is like 100 or something bootleg fucking channels, like Instagram reel channels, that will chop your shit up and put it on the internet and not give you credit so they can sell like bootleg merchandise. And Tony and them are never gonna stop it because it helps them promote their show, and that's fine. But I do kill Tony, and like 2 weeks later, somebody is like, dude, somebody texts me. He's like, dude, you're going viral, and I was like, oh fuck yeah, it's finally happening. My jokes are getting press. And then he shows me the reel, and the reel is entitled "Short King Gets Humiliated." So my first ever viral reel is a reel of me getting shit on and just roasted by Shane Gillis, and the thing is clipped so that nothing I said funny is in there. And it's like all edited all over the place just to make me look like a jackass. And it's fine. It's funny. It's a part of the game nowadays. I objectively understand it's a hilarious thing to have happen. I go down to Ohio, and half of my girlfriend's family is like avid Kill Tony fans, and they all saw my set, and none of them were talking about my bits. They were all excited that Shane Gillis was just calling me short. So all through dinner and all through the hang, they just kept getting drunker and just kept bringing up Kill Tony to me and being like, dude, when they called you a fucking hobbit, losing my mind, bro. Wasn't that hilarious? And I'd just sit there and be like, yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, it's real funny. It's real good, you know? And then the other one would come up, think I was done with it. You think it's just one. And then another cousin comes up, dude, were you on that show? You know? The show where like they called you like a leprechaun? And you got humiliated. I saw that one reel. You're like a short guy and you get humiliated. That fucking rocks. And I was like, yeah, that was me. Oh, that show was so sick. It's so good. So I was dealing with that on Thanksgiving dinner. And I really I wanted to unload on you can't say shit to the girl's family. What am I going to do? Just shatter their dreams and be like, maybe this show business thing or this show you're watching isn't all it's cracked up to be for everybody. It just sound like a huge negative pussy. No, you just laugh it off. And you keep playing pool in the basement. Just keep drinking, keep getting hammered. That one dude that was there, we'll call him Chris or something. I'll change his fucking name. That dude's out of his mind. He was wearing apparently he has a huge coke problem, and you can tell, and he definitely has what I would assume to be his wet brain. And he's just, I love my girlfriend's family, but it's so big it'll just occasionally on the fringes of the family that will only show up for the reunions. There's always that one character that kind of no one knows what he's doing, but they only, I mean, a lot of families have this, right? You get fringe kind of side characters that show up and kind of cause chaos at the family reunion and stuff like that. There's always it's not a real family unless somebody's into some deep shit somewhere. You get the extended family together, there's no telling what they're doing. They live in weird states. You know what I mean? Some of them are gothic. Some of the cousins are into some weird shit, but that's what family is, man. That's how family's supposed to be. You go to a family reunion, I like it when there's wild cards there. And Chris, definitely a wild card. This dude brought his own. This guy was kind of a baller. It's he was the grit of Ohio kind of guy that a lot of the frat dudes seem to have somewhat of the image of, but they don't really have that stank on them. They don't really have that sort of that realness. So the guy is huge cokehead, and you could just tell that we were playing games with him, and he's way too animated and sniffing and shit, and he's going to his car every 30 minutes to the hour to do God knows what. You know what he's doing. But last time he showed up, apparently he had a bunch of rings on his fingers. And this time he showed up he was with a girl now. You know what I mean? He's with this lady, so he's got to like dial it in. So all he has is one chain, just some bling, you know what I mean? And he brings, this is a white dude, by the way, with a beard. He just brings a bottle of Hennessy and is just drinking a bottle of Hennessy to himself, like in front of the whole family. And I mean, it's Thanksgiving. The rest of us are drinking too, but he's like rocking Hennessy to the face. He's not even pouring it in a glass. He's just taking this bottle of Hennessy and drinking it and getting real into it. And I had this interaction with him where, like, I guess he was hammered. We were playing pool. He's supposed to be like a great pool player. I guess he had too much Hennessy. He was a little sloppy that night. And it was just, I don't know, man. The whole night was like full of these weird interactions where I'm just like not on the same page with people. They bring up the Kill Tony thing to me. I don't know what to say. You know what I mean? Chris is out here having a blast with his Hennessy, really just by himself. Go to shoot pool. I missed the shot. I'm like, that's good defense right there. You know, just trying to brush it off like it was a terrible shot. But I'm like, it was good defense. And he goes, yeah, we know you love the D. And everybody kind of stopped. And I didn't. I was like, oh, yeah. I kind of laughed a little bit. And he goes, no, I'm sorry, man. I'm like really sorry about that. I'm fucking sorry. And I'm like, dude, it's cool. It's just I get it. It's just a joke. I just didn't know what to. He's like, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean that really, that you like the D. And then we got stuck in this like loop for like 30 seconds to like a minute or more of him just going back and forth with me. I'm like, dude, it's fine. He's like, I didn't mean to say that you like the D. And I was like, dude, I know, it's fine. It's just a little joke, man. A little joke. That happened down there. What about this? I got to figure out how to end these stories, man. Just going, oh, that happened down there is not the best way to play it out. Are you fucking kidding me? Oh, my battery's dying on my laptop. I've done a long time, but I have a bunch of energy. I feel like I kind of want to make this last a little bit longer. Then maybe I should go out at the comedy club. You know what? I'm going to fucking call it here. I'm going to go out, see what's up with my boys tonight over at East Austin Comedy Club. Sunday Fun Day-ish, the comedy show, run by Robert Tabbitt and Ramin. You guys should go out, man. Go see Sunday Fun Day-ish. It's East Austin Comedy Club every Sunday, and it's their only Sunday show. 7 p.m. It's a good time to get in there and see what's going on. It's a bunch of fun. So go check it out. My computer's dying. I'll make sure to fucking charge it properly, and that's the podcast. Thanks, everybody.